got a bunch of comics to go. We actually picked up quite a few. One of them's getting ripped because it's incredibly boring. In fact, I couldn't even finish it. So we'll do that one last. Let's start with some good stuff. I picked this up because I'm pretty interested in this whole Joker War thing. And I got to say, this was actually quite good. This Batgirl book, I was really shocked on how good it was. I liked it quite a bit. And it's actually, it's kind of a one-shot story. You can just read this. It's a tie-in book to Joker War, obviously. Collateral Damage. And I'll give you like kind of what happens. I mean, spoilers if you don't want to know. But basically, Joker has taken over everything that Bruce Wayne owns. And he's using all of Batman's stuff against him, which is a pretty interesting concept in my opinion. I like the dynamic they're going with it. But what is good about this is, so Batgirl hasn't been able to walk for a long time, if you didn't know that. She used to be Oracle, and then she had an implant put in her back, which gave her the ability to walk again, so then she became Batgirl again. But apparently this technology came from Wayne Enterprises, and Joker has this clicker which controls her and can turn on and off her implant, make her do things. So he breaks in and starts using that clicker to make her walk around, and he starts like messing with her head and getting into her head. And you know, if you've ever read The Killing Joke, you know what he did there. There's some implications that he might have done some things. So setting that up, this is a pretty gruesome. It's a messed up situation for Barbara Gordon after what she's been through with him. And there's no help coming. She realizes that. So she's got to figure out a way to mess with him. The whole comic is them hanging out in her apartment, basically. And you would think that would be terrible, but it's actually very well done. And in the end, she's trying to figure out how to get away. So like I said, spoilers, and I still think you should pick this up. She actually, because she doesn't want to be controlled by him, she digs out the implant that's in the back in her spine so that he can't control her. And then she throws the crowbar or something at him and hits him in the back. And in the end, they're like sitting there talking, and he admits like, okay, I think you're the best Robin. You impressed me. I was really impressed by this. I thought this was really good. This is probably the best book out of all of them that I read. I liked it quite a bit. Then there was Batman 95. This is part 1 of the Joker War. I don't need to get too much into this. It's just setting up like Batman's losing. They're setting him up to fail, and then, you know, he'll rise up as a hero. This is that new bat suit. I don't know how I feel about that, and I don't know how long he's going to get to keep it. But they're saying to fail, he's losing everything. It's a good hero's journey story. I've been enjoying Joker's War, but I kind of put it like this. Like, I've been so hungry for good Batman after, 2 years of Tom King's trash that, like, crackers taste like steak. So it's hard to judge this. You know, the real judgment on Joker's War or Joker War is going to be how well does this read again in like 2 years? Because then we'll have had more Batman come out. Hopefully, well, anything's better than Tom King. So anything's better than Tom King. So we'll see. Then there was this. It seems like the books starring women are the best books this week. This is Ranger Slayer. So this is a one-shot, which I already know what they're doing here. So the Power Rangers books are really profitable, I think, for Boom Studios. So they're trying to expand their amount of books. So they're doing this Ranger Slayer book, and I'll explain the premise. And I think it's to feel out if people are into it, and then they might do a regular ongoing series with this. If you want to know who Ranger Slayer is, it's basically Kimberly Hart from Draken's World, which was an alternate universe where Tommy, the Green Ranger, never turned good. He stayed evil and ended up taking over the world. It's a long, complicated story that I don't want to tell, and I don't have enough time to tell. But basically, he ended up getting defeated, and the Kimberly Hart from that world came over and helped in this big Mighty Morphin Power Rangers event. And now she's back over in this world, and she's kind of like the last Power Ranger in a sense. It was pretty good. this really isn't a Power Ranger. He's a Sentry. I can't. I don't know how to explain all this. You should really be reading these books because they're good. But this is pretty solid. I liked it. It's expensive though. It was $9. Maybe that's because I got the foil. Maybe the regular version is a little cheaper. I don't know. But everything about this was really good. I enjoyed it. I like learning more stuff about the Draken world. So if they wanted to do an ongoing series of this, I think it would be great. It'd be interesting because she ends up kind of taking over. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but she becomes like the leader of this world because everyone thinks that she's the heir to Draken. So I don't know. I like it. I hope they do more of them. It seems like this is a one-shot. I thought it was going to be an ongoing series. Maybe it is an ongoing series. I don't know. It says it reads like a one-shot, and it does say the end. So I don't know. But like I said, like we'll see how this sets up. I think they want to do more, and I think the sales of this book are going to depend on that. And I like more, so go buy it. Then there was Wolverine number 3. I'm a little different on this book. This one was pretty good, though. All action, not sitting around doing politics. Wolverine's got to go and take out the Pale Lady. Takes a little team with him. And the reason he's got Magneto's helmet is because she was manipulating him and using him to take people out. And he wanted vengeance, and he goes after her. And that's pretty much that book. This book in a nutshell, which is why I liked it. It's a good Wolverine book. I don't really have anything else to say about it. That's why I like doing all these books in one video, because I can just kind of go through them and be done. Because I don't have anything else to say about this book. It's good. It's a good Wolverine book. It was just him kind of taking care of business. I liked it. Had a good little revenge plot to it. I digged it. Then we have Hellions, which is actually surprisingly pretty entertaining. This is like an X-Men team. They work for Mr. Sinister. It's pretty much an assortment of bad guys. Issue 1 was pretty good. I actually got issue 1 with before the lockdown started. And I liked it, and I liked this one. Madeline Pryor shows back up. Old X-Men character. If you don't know who that is, I would say look her up. I liked issue 2 as well. It kind of just has a fun feel to it. All of these X-Men kind of broken characters all together, villains, broken ones, like trying to be a team. I think it's an interesting premise. Some of these X-Men books are really good, despite some of the weird stuff going on. Some of them are pretty good. Like Hellions has been pretty good. But you know how it is with Marvel. You know how it is with Marvel. We'll get to issue 5. This will turn into a pile of trash. So, you know, we're in the honeymoon stage with Hellions. I guess Madeline is supposed to become a main character in the book. I don't know. I swear I've seen her in future solicits for the book. So, I don't know. I like this book. I think it's fun. And in a world of trashy books that are just trash, fun is good. Then there's Fantastic Four in the X-Men plus Fantastic Four. This is all about Franklin Richards and trying to fix him. This series is over. It's kind of mixed. This issue was actually pretty good. They end up fighting Doom, but I don't know. As a whole, like you could get the trade paperback if you were interested in it. I thought it was all right, but you can skip this one in my opinion. If you really want to see it, just get the trade. It should be out soon, but this was the last issue. Then there was this free comic book day Spider-Man book, which was its own comic with really good art. And it was Spider-Man and Black Cat taking on the Vulture. Also, Black Cat surprisingly looks pretty good in it. Usually don't get to see a woman look like this in comic books. And why are they putting out free comic books like randomly throughout the year? Is that what they're doing? The year of free comics? These would all came out in one day, right? So, I don't know. Fun book for being free. I don't know. It'll probably be online. Usually Marvel will put these free comic books online, so you can just read it for free on there. And then there was this. I'm officially done with The Amazing Spider-Man. And it took me a while to get there because it's hard to give this book up because it's my favorite comic book. But I gotta tell you, they were supposed to show the Centipede guy, He was supposed to show up. He hasn't shown up. I don't know where he is. And I thought he was going to show up in the next issue or so. And then I get this today, this Sin Rising Prelude. I can't even read it because, like, it's 4 issues of just 5 pages of nonstop dialogue with kind of subpar art and terrible coloring. I don't like this coloring. I think it's flat and just, it doesn't pop. I don't like it. The book's not good to look at. The story is really mundane. They find a reason to keep this book going, so now they're doing a mini series on top of The Amazing Spider-Man. I'm done. This is a incredible pile of garbage. I'm not even going to put it in the title because it doesn't show. Because I'm mad that I even bought this. I'm done with The Amazing Spider-Man. I think until Nick Spencer leaves the title, I'm done. You're taking too long to get anywhere, man. You're taking too long to get anywhere. I'm bored. I'm bored with you. I don't want to read you anymore. Sorry. So, this was pretty good for a free book. It's better than that $5 piece of crap I bought. You can pass. Pretty good. Pretty good. Excellent. Excellent. Fantastic. So that's pretty much it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give me your thoughts. What did you guys pick up this week? If you bought any comics, let me know what you're looking at, what you're enjoying. And that's it. Like, subscribe, share the video, hit that subscription bell. Make sure you're still subbed. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.